Anyone else caught in this loop, where consuming advice about doing things replaced actually doing things? A stranger posted that on a forum for people trying to get organized. Here is what is odd about the loop that sentence describes. By the end of this video, 4 separate things will have happened to us, and each one is something that finishing the actual work was supposed to produce. They arrive anyway. None of them requires the work. So, the 4 and what the research can and cannot say about them. There is a Sunday afternoon in somebody's kitchen and a laptop sitting where the plates usually go. Beside it, a form from the council half filled in with the pen put down next to it for the second time. Somewhere in the last hour, a second tab opened. The form has been underneath it ever since, still half done, still entirely straightforward, still there. That kitchen is not unusual. There is a document open somewhere behind this video, a page of notes, an application, a room that needs sorting out. It was opened first, then this was opened and the document went quiet. The first thing that has already happened is that the sense of being able to do it went up. The finding is the distance between 2 results. The more people watched somebody else perform a skill, the more capable they believed they had become. Their measured performance did not move at all. And this is a video. Everything from this point applies to the making of it as much as to the watching. Nobody describing this is standing outside it. So whatever else tonight turns out to be, it is not evidence of a defect in anybody. It is 4 ordinary systems doing the only thing they were built to do, and it is worth having that settled here rather than at the end. One of them has already finished. That comes from 6 experiments published in 2018 by Michael Kardas and Ed O'Brien, with a combined sample of 2,225 people. The design was ordinary. Participants watched somebody else perform, repeatedly, estimated how well they could now perform it themselves, and were then made to actually perform it. The skills were deliberately unglamorous, throwing darts at a target, doing the moonwalk, pulling a tablecloth out from under a set table, playing an unfamiliar online game. The authors went looking for what viewers were actually acquiring, and the answer is precise enough to be useful. Extensive watching reliably transmits the sequence, meaning what the steps are and what order they come in. What it does not transmit is any information about how those steps feel from inside a body attempting them, and the feeling is where essentially all of the difficulty is stored. That deserves a fair hearing because the sequence is genuinely worth having. Somebody who has watched carefully does no more than somebody who has not. The illusion sits in the second half of that transfer, where the sequence gets quietly counted as though the feel of it had arrived alongside. Those results come from physical skills in online samples, and the paper does not give condition-by-condition magnitudes at a grain we could responsibly put on a screen. Direction only then, with no magnitudes on screen. But notice what has just occurred while that was being described. An explanation has been received. Something feels marginally more available than it did 4 minutes ago. Nothing has been attempted. Which is a good moment for what the research cannot say. Take the sentence this started with, one anonymous account, and on its own it establishes nothing whatsoever. Nobody has run this experiment. There is no published study that takes a group of people, has them watch a video about a task, then measures whether they do the task. What exists instead is 4 separate literatures, each measuring something adjacent to it, watching somebody else perform, feeling better about something unpleasant, writing down a plan, and imagining a finished result. Setting those 4 beside each other and pointing them at a screen is reasoning rather than measurement, and reasoning is capable of being wrong. That gap between 4 adjacent literatures and the thing being described here is the weakest join in the argument. It is named here before anything leans on it, rather than somewhere near the end where it would be easier to miss. That is on the record now once, and it stands over everything that follows. With that said, the second thing that has happened is that we feel better. This one comes from a theory paper, published in 2013 by Fuskia Sirwa and Timothy Pitchell, and a theory paper carries a different kind of weight than a measured result does. Their proposal is that procrastination has been filed under the wrong heading for decades, described as a failure of self-control, a discipline problem, a defect in somebody's character rather than a response to how something feels. They argue for reading it as an emotional one instead. A task registers as aversive. That aversion is unpleasant now, and whatever removes it now tends to get selected, because short-term mood regulation is doing the deciding. Read that way, the avoidance is the repair, operating exactly as designed. And here is the expensive part of that design. The discomfort attached to an unstarted task was the only thing generating any pressure toward starting it. Repair the discomfort and the pressure goes with it. The task is untouched, and the reason to touch it has been dissolved. The author's own emphasis is that the bill for this arrives addressed to a different person, which is to say the version of us that exists tomorrow morning, and that person was not consulted. A commenter under a video very much like this one compressed the whole mechanism better than any paper has. Their brain, they wrote, had decided to watch a video about training itself to manipulate itself. Another counted the hours a different way, observing that the time spent thinking about starting would have covered the finishing. Both are written by people describing themselves accurately. People inside this loop describe it with real precision, and the precision leaves it running. The third thing that has happened is that it went quiet. Everybody recognizes the intrusion. Something undone keeps arriving unbidden, in the shower, at a red light, at 2 in the morning, and it is among the older observations in the field that unfinished business intrudes more than finished does. In 2011, E.J. Masacampo and Roy Baumeister published a set of studies on what actually stops the intruding. In the first, 73 participants either brought an unfulfilled goal to mind, or brought one to mind and then wrote out a specific plan for it, meaning when, where, and how. The people who wrote the plan had not reached their goals. They had not performed any work toward reaching them. The intrusions stopped regardless. A written plan did the job that finishing was supposed to do. Two things the same paper rules out, and the exclusions are the more interesting half. It is not that planning is soothing. The authors tested reduced anxiety as the mechanism and established that it was not necessary for the effect. They also checked whether planning simply narrows attention onto the chosen route at the expense of every other one. The reduction they measured was uniform across alternatives. So the quiet is separable from the doing. It can be purchased with a sufficiently specific description of the doing. The fourth thing is that we have already been shown the finish. Heather Capps and Gabriel Oettingen tested what happens to a person who dwells on an idealized outcome. In one study, 164 participants measured against people holding the same future open as a question, with systolic blood pressure standing in for mobilized energy. In another, 50 participants reporting their own energy, measured against people dwelling on a negative version instead. Each comparison ran in the same direction. Fantasizing about the accomplished version drew measured energy down. Both samples are small. One measure is physiological and interpreted rather than observed directly. The other is self-report, and none of that is a footnote to be skipped past. The direction is consistent across both, and it is the reverse of what almost everything built around this promises. Every video of this kind supplies a finished version of somebody, the organized desk, the person who trains at 6 in the morning without negotiating. Watching is an unusually cheap way of standing in that room for a while, and standing in that room is pleasant, which is the part nobody selling the room ever mentions out loud. It is already working on whatever was going to happen next. 4 collections, then, the sense of capability, the relief, the quiet, the finished picture. Each one arrived, each one was real, and the document behind this video has not been opened once. It would be easy to convert that into an accusation. It would also be wrong because the arithmetic does not support it. For almost the whole time human beings have existed, those 4 could not be obtained separately from each other. Relief arrived after starting, or it did not arrive. The quiet came when the thing was handled. The sense of capability came from contact, which is slow and awkward and involves being visibly bad at something for a while. The 4 were bundled together, and the bundle was the work itself. 11 minutes from a chair was not on the menu. Nothing in us was ever built to distinguish a convincing imitation of that bundle from the bundle. There was never anything available to practice the distinction on. Then the 4 became purchasable separately, from a screen, in roughly 11 minutes, and that happened inside a single generation. Which means the 4 collections tonight were not stolen from anybody. They were produced by systems working correctly, on an input that happens to resemble the thing those systems were built to respond to, closely enough that no available part of us can tell. We are not weak here, we are early. So the useful question is whether anything measurably separates the version of this that helps from the version that quietly substitutes. How to stop watching is a different question, and there is no evidence here to answer it with. One place has been examined directly, and the result is a good deal smaller than it usually gets reported as being. In 1999, Leon Pham and Shelley Taylor took college students in the days before a midterm examination. Some spent a few minutes daily picturing themselves studying, meaning when and where and how. Some spent the same minutes picturing the grade. There was a combined group and a control group. The honest version of what came back. On raw examination scores, neither manipulation reached statistical significance. Both were trends and nothing stronger. Worth saying plainly, because this study gets cited as hard proof, and on raw scores it is not. What did reach significance sits on a different measure, each student's score against their own class average. The group picturing the studying came out 6.5 points above it. The group picturing the grade came out about 2 points below, and students who ran any outcome simulation finished lower there than students who ran none. One study, one examination, undergraduates, and a modest effect. A direction at the size of a direction. There is one more result, from the watching paper, and it is the reason that paper is here rather than in a footnote. The illusion collapsed on contact. In the juggling experiment, people who had watched extensively were handed the pins for a moment. The pins were in their hands for a matter of seconds. Afterwards, they revised their estimates of their own ability downward and reported having learned less than they had believed. Which is worth sitting with, because it means the correction was unpleasant and it was also accurate. The confidence that rose during the watching was the inaccurate reading. The deflation that arrived on contact was the honest one. Nobody enjoys that trade. Every other route through this literature leaves the gap where it was found, comfortable and wide open. It is also the only place in any of this literature where the gap between believing and being able measurably closed. If there is something open behind this video, name it in the comments. Just the name of the thing. We publish one of these 2 or 3 times a week. Subscribe if that is useful. The 4 arrived on time tonight. The relief, the quiet, the sense of being able to, the picture of it already finished. Everyone was real, and everyone arrived without the thing that was supposed to produce it. The liking was never the part that failed. It showed up early and it showed up here.